All right, and apparently Trump's social media team is killing it. One, I really like that once again the tech industry, big boys, one of these guys, once again, like made it clear. Actually, homie's hella cool. He's really funny. No, he asked very smart questions, which shows that he actually like listens to know who he's talking to. Is very different than the Obama administration that did a lot of telling of people what to think. But one of the things I found most interesting is that his social media team understood exactly what they were doing by getting Logan Paul on there. Because Biden's social media team had trannies and thoughts. And that's loser town. And most people know it, and it's becoming more and more of an issue because, well, now there's all these countries across the Eurosphere that are doing all this shit of trying to make it easier to conscript men. Why? Because they know now the men are rebelling. It's all this is about. And old Democrats will do anything to write this off as, oh, well, if we don't stop Putin now, I mean, he's just going to walk into Poland and then he'll walk into, like this is the Soviet Union era. Like that many soldiers exist. Like Putin can even remotely be compared to Stalin, even remotely. And that takes like a special kind of bullshitter. And we know, which is boomers and Democrats. Like, so the beauty of this is that now all the leaders of all of these mainstream parties have to sell this. There's no way past it. They have to sell conscription. Sunak, like, it's amazing now. Like, and this actually tells you a lot about how on top of it Farage is. Farage figured it out fast. And so with Farage running, Sunak literally is running on the promise that he will conscript British young men to die in Russia. While Farage obviously is on the peace train and is on, no, you're going to negotiate Ukraine because you can't tell anybody shit because you're backwards and you're living off of our welfare. And that's it. I mean, there's not something else. And so it's going to be this issue of a type of legislative coup as more and more and more nations start dealing with the fact that the young men are simply not going to vote for their mom's party so they could get conscripted and die on the steppes of Russia. Nobody's looking for that. Nobody has time for that. And so I'm actually looking forward to seeing how, because these people aren't going to play this well. What they're going to do is they're going to try to make it seem like men should like being conscripted. They should understand how important it is. Maybe they should just be more manly, and then conscription wouldn't be so bad if you guys just did more chin-ups, and of course then when you're like, well, maybe if you lost some weight, bitch, and then oh my god, how can you and why do you? Oh, how dare you? And so that's what this is going to be beautiful. This is the failure. This is where they fail. And this is going to be the failure. You can't get all of these young men to sit back and just accept getting drafted into a war started by George Soros and the American State Department to benefit a bunch of bankers centered in Belgium and London. Ain't gonna happen. Nobody's going to be into it. Nobody wants it. And so it's just going to be a lot of fun to see it fail, to see this project completely fail. And this is No matter what people want to think, this is the striking at the heart of the boomers. The boomer shit libs, all bitch libs, all of them. They all have bought the Ukraine thing hook, line, and sinker. You know, this country taken over by a coup, then the coup centered around neo-Nazi and extremist right-wing brigades. And then they start shelling citizens who don't want to have anything to do with the not democratically elected government. I mean, just, there's, in the long run, there's no losing when you oppose giving Ukraine money. There's no losing. And this idea of, and there's going to be another 10 years of this, so that we just hand money to fucking the military-industrial complex for the next 10 years. No. This is, and now the right has to run against the Ukrainian war. There's no way around it, or they'll fucking draft men, and you got to start making your decision. A lot of people got to start making some very serious decisions, and it's going to decide their fucking careers. I'm betting it would be funny to see if Ben Shapiro totally fucks this up and thinks that there is actually somewhere on the right people who will be willing to get conscripted so that they could get told what to do by people who they absolutely have no reason to fucking respect or obey. I love how he just doesn't get like what's happening on the right, and only recently as he started to kind of have to face like what's going on. But yeah, this is going to be absolutely fascinating to see. And the beautiful part is there's even going to be then all these cuckold veterans who are going to be like, you should be more of a man and and then what you do is you go, how about you send your bitch, send your fucking fat wife, dumbass, and you just literally you just talk to them like they've never been worth shit. Because obviously if they want people who aren't related to them to fucking die, mud up and die, then they could fuck off. They could eat shit, and so they and their bennies can eat shit. So all right, talk to you guys later.